Hiya folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Well, it's been a few weeks now since the floods, probably three and a half weeks or so. I haven't been out fishing locally since then, and this is my first time back on what is what I used to call the mystery pond, which is the one I got permission to fish a few weeks ago, or a few months ago rather. And as of sort of 2 or 3 weeks ago, everything you see where I am here was underwater. The river's over the back and it flooded into it, and it was probably, at a guess, about 10 feet higher than it is now. Everything you can see was literally underwater. Now, I did manage to get one go out last week, as you probably saw, that debacle at that pond about 60 miles away, when we had the jet ski on it, on that tiny little pond. But this is my first proper day out, so I'm going to enjoy it. Basically, I've got a Yank and Bank 12-foot rod. I've got a 3AA waggler on, homemade, got a yellow tip in it. I've plumbed the depth, it's about 3.5 feet, 6-pound line and 14 hook to a couple of bits of sweet corn. That's it, it's as simple as that. I'm just going to cast out and I'm going to enjoy myself. Okay, hopefully we're catching the float on the camera down there, the zoom camera. So with a bit of luck, if we get a bite, you'll be able to see everything that goes on. Hopefully we'll have one or two today. Water's got a reasonable colour on it. It's slightly brownish, which is what you'd expect. Oh, a bit of a knock again and a lift. That's got to be something, yeah. Knew it was. Wasn't a proper gazunder bite, that was it? Not a big fish. There's a lot of small fish in here, but then the biggest one I had, I think, was just over 18 pounds the other week. So I'm not complaining about it. It's just you've got to get through these smallish ones to get to the biggish ones, and I'm sure there are some huge fish in here. There we go. He's probably more than that. Yeah, £2. That's reasonable. And of course he swallowed it. Nice enough fish though, eh? Good start. Well, we've got the standard dragonfly landing on the tip as usual, so this thing is going to start moving up and down. I think you can probably see it from the camcorder, but it makes a tiny little difference, probably 3 or 4 mil on the tip when it lands on it. I think that was a liner. Strange bites today. It could be a lift, but I don't know if the dragonfly flew off. I think it did actually, looking at that. There's a tiny little bit of... Ah, right, okay. It is the dragonfly that's causing the problem, I think. Also, I think there's also a bit of a bite going on there. Kind of difficult to read. And, oh, it was a liner. Too anxious, Den, too anxious, mate. Never mind. Well, you missed the start of the fight on this one, guys, but that was down to me not putting the camera on. Must be getting rusty. It's a decent fish. Whoa, look at that. He's been on for a short while too. Spinning the old clutch there. I've loosened it off a little bit. It was set too tight from a previous day out. But this guy, I don't think he's a massive fish, but he's got plenty of go in him, especially good after all these floods. Right. Where is he? He's down there in front of me. Doesn't want to come in, does he? Can't get anywhere near him. That's as far as he wants to come in. He just really doesn't want to come any further. I've got plenty of pressure on him. Oh, he's actually quite a reasonable fish. Nice to catch something after a few weeks. I just can't do anything with him though. He will not come any closer than that. Alright, maybe we're making a little bit of headway now. Yeah, good powerful fish. Come on, fish. He's got some fight, this guy. Right, I think we're getting towards the end now. And a bit of a foot assist maybe. There we go. He's in the net. Oof. Well, that actually is a really nice fish. Shame I didn't catch the initial part of the fight for you. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that's at 0. Net weighs £1 3 ounces, and this is £13 15 ounces. So that's £12 12 ounces. Yeah, nice fish. Let's see if we can get him out and show you. It's gentle. There we go. Really chunky fish too. Whew. Get back in there, eh? And this time, yep, got him. Only a small one though, he's coming straight at me, I think. But he's spooking fish down. Oh, okay, maybe not quite so small as I first thought. He's spooking fish down in front of me as well, which is great. Definitely not as small as I first thought he was. Oh, he's not huge, but he's reasonable. Just make sure we're recording after the last performance. Yeah, it's just one of those nice little ones. Okay, what's that, 3? Again, probably about £2 or so. And there we go. Nice size, but not huge. Enjoying this. I'm actually fishing about 11 turns out. I'm casting out to 15 and bringing it back 3 so that it goes within the view of the camera down there. And 11, 12 turns, almost a metre, plus the rod. You're looking at sort of a long pole length, probably the 15, 16 metre sort of length at a guess. And yeah, got him. I think this is one of those Ferrari carp one of you viewers was telling me about the other week. Small carp that just literally go off like lightning. You really never know what to expect in here, do you? He's actually just down in front of me now. Doesn't mean to say he's done. Oops. How come? Can't win them all. Still, he wasn't the biggest of the fish I've caught today, so not too bothered by that. In case you're wondering why I'm reeling back to sink the line rather than doing the whip up of the tip like I've shown you before to sink it, simple reason is that in order to get the float on that camcorder down there, I have to get it in the sort of same square yard box, or square metre box. And the only way to do that is to cast out to 15 turns, and again we're in, cast out to 15 turns, and then bring it back 3 turns so that I'm at effectively 12 turns, and that's when it's directly in line of sight of the camera. So just in case you were ever wondering about why I don't just flick the tip up, that's the reason. Probably one of the smallest ones I've caught today. But we're getting bites, which is a good thing. Oh, a pound or so, I suppose. Why they have to swallow it every single time, though? There we go, look. Bit of a bob going on there, bit of a lift maybe. And, yeah, oh yes, got this one. One of them Ferrari ones, look. I think that's a great name for it. It'd be just nice to catch one of the really big ones out here. Now, if I've had them up to 18 pounds, then I'm sure they must go a lot bigger than that. I mean, it never gets fished. It's got plenty of water to grow them on. There's food everywhere. Natural food, obviously. There's no fisherman's bait. But, as I say, the biggest so far, 18-ish. And I've lost a few real steamers that just kept going. So fit. Got caught in his dorsal now, look. There we go. Two and a half-ish. Right. I'm going to go about an inch or two shallower because I'm probably laying on at about sort of 3 inches at the moment. Let's see if that makes a difference to whether they're going to keep swallowing it or not. Got to keep trying different things when you're doing this sort of thing. Okay, well I should now be about just touching bottom-ish. If I go a little bit further out I should be fractionally off bottom. But as I say, where I'm fishing should just about be touching bottom, so any movement from the fish should translate into more movement immediately on the tip. And hopefully I'll catch him more in the mouth than I do in the throat. That's just a little bit of black showing there, and now going under, and yeah, you see, that was not really much of a bite, but I hit it as soon as I could this time, so we'll see. It's right down in the margins down here. There we are. Oh, he just scared something in front of me. There are some mullet in here, but I've never actually caught one yet. Mind you, after the floods, I don't know if they rejoined the river or what. And he's woken up now. He's only small, but he's shifting. Yeah. Nope, still swallowed it. Just in case you're wondering how I'm seeing lift bites, or what's causing lift bites, there's my hook, and that's a number 6 shot, which is about 3 inches, 7.5 centimetres away from the hook. And that, when the fish lifts the bait up a little bit, or dislodges it, moves the float from being just at the yellow to just like that. Could be a little bit more sometimes, but basically it's just that. So I'm watching that, and that's what the lift bite's caused by. Now, that's actually called a telltale shot, and I have done a video on that. So if you want to see how that works, I'll put a link up above for you so you can go and have a look at it. Normally for carp, not absolutely necessary, but if you're fishing for crucians or shy biting fish, absolutely perfect. And you can have it a little bit closer to the hook if you want to as well, but I like about that sort of distance, 3 inches, 75 millimeters or so. Bit of a knock there. Oh, yeah, a proper gazunder bite. Oh, probably one of the smallest fish I've had. Still, nice day, nice fishing. Didn't arrive until about 11 o'clock, so it'll be time for lunch soon. Back to the cheese and sauce sandwiches again. It's a different one, isn't it? It's kind of, oh, hooks come out. Sort of black colour. Get a few of those in here sometimes. And yes. Let him go out of the swim a bit. He was kind of hanging around right in where the bait was, so I'll just let him have a bit of slack and then we'll put the pressure on again. Don't really want him churning all around the bit where you're exactly fishing, do you? Well, the good news is that the floods don't seem to have affected the fishing in here much at all. This one's probably about 2.5 to 3 pounds, I suppose. Just put him back in the net so I can get the hook out properly, because they keep swallowing it. It'll do though. Right, well, it's getting to the point now where it's just touching bottom and then, sorry, just hitting the bottom, and the bites are developing pretty much straight away. Just like that. Is it going to go? No, it didn't quite. Yeah, it did that time. Okay. Oh, he took off quite well. Big ones seem to have done disappearing yet. Now all these small ones are in the swim. That seems to be the thing here. You catch a bunch of these. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. And then, all of a sudden, a big one turns up. Finally, hooked one on the lip. Oh no, I think that was a fish right on the surface there. You can see a bit of a swirl around the float, but... Oh, okay, what do I know? I think there's just a few fish around there at the moment, that's the thing, so that's good. And all I'm doing is I'm feeding a few pellets and a few bits of sweet corn just every cast or so, every 5 minutes I suppose. They don't seem to like too much bait in these places. There are some places where you really can't put enough bait in, but there are other ones where if you put bait in, it puts them off altogether. I've sat next to Mozza before now. He's put a bit of ground bait in and a few pellets and corn, and he only got a bite in the last quarter of an hour of the day. And I actually had quite a reasonable day, and we were literally sitting, I don't know, 8-10 metres from each other maximum. I don't know how many that is I've got now, but it's quite a few, and it's a lovely day. Very strange bites, no proper gazunder bites at all. Okay, got a Ferrari on. In and out, and then straight down under me. Yeah, definitely a Ferrari. He's not big, but he's very, very fast. They're surprising actually. You think they're only sort of, I don't know, a pound or so, and then they turn out when you get them in to be more like 2.5. Right, I think he's about done. Oops, put me float in the landing net with him. Yep, again, 2.5 pound. And swallowed it. Well, thick and fast now. Oh, came off. But as I say, I'm not feeding huge amounts, but the bites are really coming well now, so I'll carry on like that. Two bits of corn on the hook, as usual. The hook, by the way, in case you're interested, is a B911 Kamasan. And this isn't bad considering that a week or two ago I'd have been drowning if I'd been sitting here. Yep. No more than 30 seconds, often less, and it's straight under. This is a match. I've been building a weight now. Think about it, £2 a time, 20 fish, that's £40, and in a match you could easily do 3 or 4 times that. Obviously you need to keep them coming, but at the moment they don't seem to be slowing down at all. This one is a little bit smaller. You'd almost think it was the same fish coming out each time. Right, well, it's getting to the point now where it's just touching bottom and then, sorry, just hitting the bottom, and the bites are developing pretty much straight away. just like that. Is it going to go? No, it didn't quite. Yeah, it did that time. Okay, so there's obviously plenty of fish feeding confidently down there now. I tell you what, next time I'm definitely going to bring a keep net and try it. In fact, I might bring 2 keep nets at this rate, and then weigh it at the end just to see. A great match venue, except that nobody else ever fishes it except me. It's a little bit bigger. At least it's in the mouth this time. Oh, this guy's taken off a bit. No, he's just lying out there. Actually swimming from right to left now. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Well, they must be a bit bigger than the other ones. I don't think it's all that much, but it makes a change not catching the same 2.5 pound fish every time. He must have had a good spawning year that year, because so many of the same year class. Caught in his dorsal fin again. I have this serrated dorsal fin here, and it's a real pain with landing nets too. If you use an ordinary landing net with the open mesh, it just catches them and you just can't get them out. That's why I have to use one of these hair nets, the really fine mesh. Come on. It's definitely bigger than the others. See the net. Right, come on this time. Oh, he's actually quite a good fish. Yeah, not bad at all. Well, surprisingly big. I really didn't think he was that big. We'll have a quick... Once I get the hook out, we'll have a quick weigh. 0. Yeah, getting wet. 10 pounds, 8 ounces. So that would be £9, 5 ounces. Well, about time I got something a bit bigger. Oof. Come on, fish, I'm trying to show the viewers. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that a nice fish? Wow, it's been pretty much thick and fast all day today, guys, so maybe we should have a few more floods at this rate, because it certainly hasn't done this pond any harm. Even though it was joined up with all the other fields in the area for quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few fish that are stranded in fields at the moment. As the water recedes, they're going to have a bit of a problem. This one's kind of short and fat. It's a bit like a crucian-y shape, but definitely a carp though. don't know how many times I've changed the tip colour today. I've had black at the tip, I've had yellow at the tip, and I've even had red at the tip. And conditions just keep changing that little bit to make it difficult to see. Still, as long as I can see the bites. Well, that must be 40 fish by now at least. All in the sort of 2.5 pound range mostly, but some bigger, a few smaller. But hey, can't complain of that, can you? Well, I think we're going to have to call it quits again now, folks. It's time's moving on. It's only a fairly short session. I need to get back for some tea. I'm still catching fish. In fact, I'm going to reel this in now because it's liable to go under. And I've been catching fish in exactly the same speed all day. It's been one after another. Just goes to show that after a massive flood like this, you know, maybe they just decided they needed to feed because they couldn't feed in all that mucky, horrible water. Either way, it's meant a great day for me. Fish haven't been massive, had a couple of good ones, but hey, wasn't this a really fun day? It was for me anyway. I hope it was for you too. If you liked it, as always, click the button. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. And until the next time, bye for now.